The 1991 world champion Minnesota Twins were a much different team than the American League champion 1987 Twins. There were only 7 players remaining on the 91 roster and that were on the 87 team, and none of those were pitchers. The Twins were 95 and 67 in 1991, a turnaround season from falling in last place, 74 wins in 1990. Both they and the 1991 Atlanta Braves were the first teams to go from last place to a pennant, and they played a great World Series, one of the best ever played. This 91 team made a blockbuster trade, or benefited from a blockbuster trade in July of 1989 when they sent the 88 Cy Young Award winner Frank Viola to the New York Mets in exchange for Rick Aguilera, Doug West, 2 relief pitchers, and also starter Kevin Tapani. Kevin Tapani panned out in 1991. 16 victories and a 2.99 earned run average. The 1991 world champion Minnesota Twins and Kevin Tapani today play the 1985 Kansas City Royals. This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Here's your starters. First for the Twins: Shane Mack, Chuck Knobloch, Kirby Puckett. Kent Hrbek, Chili Davis is a DH, Brian Harper, Pedro Munoz, Mike Pagliaro, Greg Gagne, and Kevin Tapani's on the mound, grade B pitcher with a Z modifier. For the Royals, Willie Wilson, Pat Sheridan, and George Brett. Steve Alboni, Frank White, and Hal McRae is the DH. Darryl Motley, Jim Sundberg, Onyx Concepcion, and Charlie LeBryant is on the mound, grade B, Z pitcher. We are playing the basic Apba tabletop baseball game, and both teams are fielding column 1. Twins add up to 44 in their defensive points, in Kansas City at 41. All right, we're ready to begin. In 3, 2, 1, Shane Mack steps into the box. The pitch to Mack is a fly ball to center field. Willie Wilson makes the grab. 1 down, and the American League Rookie of the Year, Chuck Knobloch, steps in. 3-6 is a 33. Pop-up on the infield, and Frank White makes the catch. 2 outs. Here's Kirby Puckett. 5-3 is a 15. Fly ball to Pat Sheridan in left field, so the Twins are 3 up and 3 down in the first. Bottom of the first, nothing for the Twins and the Royals coming to bat. All right, the Twins are hoping that Kevin Tapani took his warm-up seriously, broke a sweat, worked all of his pitches, and is ready to go because the Royals have been fast starters. They've scored in the first inning in their last 3 games. There's a pitch to Willie Wilson. 2-1 is a fly ball to the left fielder, Pedro Munoz. Wilson's retired and kept off the base pass. Pat Sheridan's the batter. 6-3 is a fly ball to the right side. It's Shane Mack. He's very good out there, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. George Brett. Brett is hitting a hefty .389 in this project with 4 doubles. He rolls a 5-1, and that's going to be a fly out to center field. 3 up and 3 down for the Royals. Go to the second inning. Nothing. Kent Hrbek leads off for the Twins in the top of 2. 31 is a base hit for Kent Hrbek. Slow runner at first. We'll play it safe with the slow runners unless I say otherwise. Here's Chili Davis. 1-6 is a ground ball to Onyx Concepcion, who gets Hrbek out at second, 6-4. Fielder's choice for Davis. He's at first. Brian Harper, the Twins' 300 hitting catcher, 6'2", is a 38. And Chili Davis steals second. He's in scoring position. 3-6 is a 33. Pop up on the infield. Onyx Concepcion's under it and makes the catch. 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Pedro Munoz to get the Twins on the board with the runner in scoring position. 283 hitter. 3-1 is a single over second base. And Chili Davis will score. Munoz delivers for the Twins. They go up 1-0. And in this entire project, the Royals have only been behind once for 2 innings. That's to the 86 Mets. Mike Pagliaro, the third baseman of the Twins, comes up. He rolls a 3-5. And Pags is hit by the pitch. First and second, Minnesota with 2 gone. Here's the 9th place hitter, Greg Gagne. And Gagne hits a ground ball to Brett, who scoops and throws to Balboni at first for the 3rd out. Minnesota gets 1 run on 2 hits. But on the second, Twins 1, Royals nothing. Steve Balboni leads off for Kansas City in the last of the second. 2-6 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Kevin Tapani. 1 out. 3-3 roll of Frank White is a drive to right center. The right center field alley between Puckett and Mack. Frank White will settle in the second with a stand-up double. And White's having a great project. 7 for 21, 333 with a homer, triple, and now 2 doubles. And leads the Royals with 8 RBIs. Tied with this man, Hal McRae. 2-3 is a fly ball to right field. Shane Mack has it measured and makes the catch. 2 gone. Here's Darryl Motley. Motley swings and misses, strike 3, stranding White at second. Top of the 3rd, 1-0 Minnesota. Right top of the batting order for the Twins, Shane Mack steps into the box, 310 hitter. He rolls a 2-3, which is a ground ball to George Brett at third, to throw to first. Barely nips Mack, 1 out. Chuck Knobloch. Knobloch lifts a fly ball to center field. Willie Wilson has it measured and picks it out of the sky. Here's Kirby Puckett. He flied out to left his first time up. And Kirby Puckett gets a base hit. 2 out single. Brings up Kent Hrbek. Hrbek's 1 for 1. But Hrbek flies to left field, caught by Sheridan. And the Twins are retired in the 3rd. 1-0 Minnesota. All right, Kevin Tapani was born in Des Moines, Iowa, but I think he did most of his growing up in the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. His high school did not even have a baseball team, but was noticed by Central Michigan, I guess playing in the summers, and got a scholarship to play baseball at Central Michigan University, where he played great. There's Jim Sundberg leading off for the Royals. Fly ball to center field. Kirby Puckett puts it away. 1 out. There's Onyx Concepcion. Concepcion pops it up to the shortstop, Greg Gagne. 2 outs. And now the top of the order and Willie Wilson. Wilson rolls a 3-2, and that's a roll on the ground to Knobloch at second, who does not currently have the yips, and he throws to first. 3 outs. Top of the 4th. 1-0 Minnesota. Chili Davis leads off the top of the 4th for Minnesota. Became a batting coach in the major leagues, and 4-time was the batting coach for the Royals. I thought he did a really good job in that position. 1-3 is a base on balls to Chili Davis. Average speed at first, Brian Harper's the batter. Good hit and run man, but actually in Apba it's going to lower his batting average. If I have him hit and run, his average kind of goes down to the 270s, I think. He'll swing away. 1-2 is a grounder to Frank White, who throws to Concepcion over to first. 4-6-3. Double play. Should have hit and run. And I don't know, I also should have changed the base markers. Pedro Munoz comes up with the bases clear and 2 outs. 3-4 is a fly out to center fielder Willie Wilson. All right, Lee Brandt faces a minimum in the 4th. 1-0 Minnesota. All right, Pat Sheridan leads off for the Royals in the 4th. (6-1) is a 40. Foul ball, strike 1. And it's popped up as well behind home plate. That's going to stay in playing territory and is caught by Brian Harper. 1 out. Here's George Brett. Flied out his first time up. 3-5 is a base hit for Brett. Makes him 8 for 20 in the project, which is a nice clean 400 batting average. Steve Balboni strikes out. 2 gone. That's the 3rd strikeout for Kevin Tapani. And Frank White comes to bat. White flies 1 to center field. Kirby Puckett makes the catch. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 5th. Pitchers are in control, 1-0 in Minnesota. Charlie Leibrandt pitched game 2 for the Royals in this project, and he got a win, going 8 innings, giving up 2 runs. In the top of 5, he's got Pagliarulo, Gagne, and Shane Mack. Gagne hits Pagliarulo hits a ground ball to George Brett at 3rd. Brett throws him out. Here's a shortstop, Greg Gagne. He flies to center. 2 quick outs, and top of the order to Shane Mack. Mack is 0 for 2. And 2-5 is a fly out to center field. Rinse and repeat. Bottom of the 5th, we're halfway through. Twins are up by 1. All right, designated hitter deluxe, Hal McRae goes up for the Royals. 2-5 is a fly out to center field. Tapani has held the Royals to just 2 hits, a single and a double. Marion Motley is a batter. Or Marion Motley played football. Daryl Motley, 4-3, is a comebacker back to Tapani. And here's Jim Sundberg. He rolls 1 to the shortstop. Gagne has it in the hole, throws the first. 3 outs. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Minnesota. Chuck Knobloch leads off for the Twins, and he pops out to the catcher. 1 out. Kirby Puckett, 2-5, is a fly out the center field. 2 gone, and now Kent Herbeck, left-handed hitter. 6 swing and a miss, strike 3. Leibrandt doesn't strike out a lot of batters. I think that is his first strikeout today. Bottom of the 6th inning, Minnesota 1, Kansas City 0. Kevin Tapani has retired 11 of the last 12 Royals. He's got Onyx Concepcion then top of the order in the last of the 6th inning. 3-4 is a fly ball to Kirby Puckett in center field. 1 out. Here's Willie Wilson. 4-6 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Royals bats have gone quiet. Popped up on the infield. Greg Gagne's under it and makes the catch. Sheridan's retired. 3 up and 3 down for the Royals. We go to the top of the 7th inning. 1-0 Minnesota. All right, this is a fatigue inning for our starting pitchers. The 3 bad things happen. The grade goes down from B to C. Chili Davis leads off for Minnesota. And he swings and misses. Strike 3. Charlie Leibrandt, who doesn't strike out many, has struck out 2 twins in a row. Here's Brian Harper. Harper flies out the center. Pedro Munoz. And he flies to right field. And that ball is caught by Darryl Motley. Twins are done in the 7th inning stretch time. Minnesota 1, Kansas City 0. All right, George Brett leads off for Kansas City. This could be the last time Tapani faces Brett, so if he finishes clean, it's a 1-1 roll. George Brett gets a hold of one, lined over the head of Herbeck. Rolling around in the corner, Brett leads off with a double, his 5th double in the project. Tying runs in scoring position with nobody out. And Steve Balboni, the batter. Not sure Balboni has ever put down a bunt in his life. He's going to swing away. 6-3 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Balboni has struck out 3 times today. Frank White. Tapani gets the sign, and here's the pitch. It's a wild pitch, goes back to the backstop. Brett goes to third. He's 90 feet away. Now Frank White needs only hit a fly ball to tie this game up. Twins will play the infield in. Here's the pitch to Frank White, and there is a fly ball to right field, but not deep enough. Shane Mack makes the catch. If Brett was fast, he would tag and score, but he is not rated fast. 2 outs. Going up to the DH, Hal McRae. McRae doesn't get it done. A little comebacker back to Tapani to the throw to first. 3 outs. Well, the Royals start off with a leadoff double, but he is stranded. We go to the 8th. Minnesota up by 1. All right, Charlie Leibrandt gave up a run in the 2nd inning, but since then has only given up a single and a walk from the 3rd inning on. Mike Pagliarulo leads off for Minnesota. 4-1 is a ground ball to shortstop Onyx Concepcion. Throw to first. Pags is retired. Brings up Greg Gagne. 5-6 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And now Shane Mack at the top of the Minnesota order. 6-6 roll for Mack is a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here, a solo home run for Shane Mack. 2-0 Minnesota. That's a huge run. And also 2 marks against Leibrandt's fatigue. The run counts as a mark as well as a hit. Pitch to Chuck Knobloch is a ground ball to Frank White at second base. That ends the inning. But there was damage in the 8th. Minnesota 2, Kansas City 0. Darryl Motley will lead off for Kansas City. And he has really struggled in this project. He has only 1 hit in the project. It was a home run. But he's looking to get off the snide and gets a hit column roll here. It's going to be a hit. A double for Darryl Motley. Twins call time. They're going to make a pitching change here and bring in Carl Willis to pitch to Jim Sundberg. He'll get the bump up to grade A. Sundberg will be looking for at least getting the guy home or hopefully making a productive out. 2 runs down, not going to sacrifice here and give up an out. Here's the pitch to Sundberg. 2-3 is a ground ball to the second baseman, Chuck Knobloch, who goes to first, while the base runner goes to third. 1 out, Onyx Concepcion. Twins play the infield in. Willis's grade goes back to a B. And Concepcion lifts a fly ball to right field. It will be deep enough. Motley tags, and he scores. It is now Minnesota 2, Kansas City 1, with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Top of the order, and Willie Wilson. There's a pitch from Carl Willis. 5-5 is a fly out to center field that ends the Royals' 8th, but they score 1 run on 1 hit. And we go to the 9th. It's 2-1 Minnesota. All right, Charlie Lebrandt's going to try to get through the 9th inning. He has 2 marks against his fatigue. Kirby Puckett leads off for Minnesota. 4-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Onyx Concepcion scoops in and throws to first. 1 out. Kent Herbeck. Line drive to center field, retrieved by Wilson. That's a base hit for Herbeck. Timeout. All right, Bob Black will be brought in to pitch for the Royals. He's a DYZ pitcher, pitching to a switch hitter, Chili Davis. 6-5 is a 35, and that's a foul out to the catcher, Jim Sundberg. 2 outs. Twins catcher, Brian Harper, comes to bat. He's 0 for 3. And 6-3 is a fly ball to Willie Wilson in center field. Twins are down in the 9th. They go to the bottom of the 9th with a 1-run lead. All right, Twins bring in closer Rick Aguilera, 42 saves in 1991. He also came in that trade with the Mets in July of 1989 when Tapani came over for Frank Viola. Pat Sheridan will lead off for the Royals, followed by George Brett and Steve Balboni. Here's a pitch to Pat Sheridan. 5-5 roll is a pop-up on the infield. Third baseman Mike Pagliaro is under it and makes the catch. Royals are down to 2 outs. George Brett's 1. Here's a pitch to Brett. 6-4 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Grun has it, throws to first. 2 outs. And now Steve Balboni, who has struck out 3 times, but he can go deep at any time. He had 3 home runs in the game a couple games ago. Pitch to Balboni, that's 1 digit away from a possibility, but 1-2 is a ground ball to second base, fielded by Knobloch, and that's the 3rd out. Royals are done. They are no longer the kings of the hill. Minnesota 2, Kansas City 1. You never know what's going to happen in this game of baseball. It was a great run by the 1985 Kansas City Royals, a good team, but not thought of as one of the greatest of all time. But here they are. They find themselves in first place after losing today. They're 5-1 with a plus 27 run differential, leading the 63 Dodgers, who are also 5-1 with a plus 13 run differential. Here's the line score for today's game. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Minnesota. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for Kansas City. Leading pitcher is Carl Willis in relief. Rick Aguilera gets the save. Charlie Lebrandt takes the loss. And the game's MVP is Kevin Tapani, who goes 7 innings and gives up only 1 run. Hope you enjoyed this game. Our next game will be the 1992 Toronto Blue Jays go to Minnesota to play the 91 Minnesota Twins. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.